Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are. And I don't know why I torture myself, but here we are, and we are talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And with me to embark on this torturous adventure are Cheeto and Zam. How you guys doing?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I
Not
cannot wait
bad.
to hear Ginger's epic thoughts on this masterpiece.
Oh my god, yes, this is the best thing since it's better than Infinity War by like a mile, bro. Yeah, what can I say? Well, I think this is possibly one of those where I feel that it cannot be canon in Phase 4. It is so bad. It's so bad. It's on par with the Star Wars Holiday Special. Everything about this just sucked. I hated Mantis. I thought she was insufferable. Her acting was appalling, and she's a good actress. But in this, the delivery of the lines, I hated the music. I hated the premise. Stupid Kevin Bacon. It was all right. It's Kevin Bacon, isn't it? Batista, I don't know what the fuck he's done to his face, man. The guy looks like a bloody California raisin. He's so bloated. It's just ridiculous. Like, there's no
And
need
that's
for
Ginger
it.
Botox shaming. Hey.
Yeah, well, the guy was perfectly fine beforehand. I don't know why he needed to go down that route. Age with grace, I always say. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Cheeto, I'll go to you.
I thought it was perfectly fine. I didn't hate every single moment of it like you did. There were definitely some cringe moments, but here's the thing: is that I associate Christmas with cringe. Like that's exactly what I think of when I think Christmas. Anything Christmas holiday special, fucking cringe. I hate Elf the movie. I hate um I hate
Jingle
A
All the Way.
Christmas Story. I hate Jingle All the Way.
No, that's all
Okay.
right.
Yeah, that was all
for
right.
what it is.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Scrooged.
Good. I haven't even seen Scrooge. I
The
don't even give a
Santa
fuck.
Claus 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, 1 was good, 2 was okay, 3 was awful. 1 was good because they actually kind of were like, "Hey, let's gear this a little bit. Let's not be cringe about it." I didn't think this was terrible. I don't agree with you on Mantis. I'm glad she got more shine in this and got to do more than, sleep.
And lay some eggs in people as well.
Yeah, like I didn't. I have now, Ginger. I get you have some issues with it, and I'm just like I get it. Like I was not going into this looking for a masterpiece at all.
No, neither was
Timmy,
I, but
I can
fucking
say,
hell.
I can tell you though that my kids enjoyed it. They laughed the whole time.
Well, it's
And
geared towards them, isn't it?
yeah, it is. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I kind of knew where it was coming from. And like, yes, like the song in the beginning of like, "Hi, we're mastering these earth instruments." And it's like it wasn't even like they were mastering them like for the party for Peter. That was very cringe. I'm like, why are you playing with these earth instruments and there's no purpose? So I
Yeah.
get where you're like looking at that going, now what the fuck? But yeah, we'll get into it in more detail later. But I did not hate this. I get it. It was kind of on par with me with Guardians 2, where it's like I didn't hate it, but it was like okay, like indulgent a little bit. But go ahead, Zam.
Okay, Zam.
Whenever I watch a Christmas special, then they're never really that great. I went into this thinking the worst. I even told Cheeto the other day that I was expecting. I hope this is not 1.5 hours. I hope it's 45 minutes. And he told me he had to check on it, and he found out it's 45 minutes. I thought, thank God for that. Went into this expecting it to be really fucking shit and for me to really hate it. And you know what? I fucking loved every fucking minute of it. This was so fucking good. I loved it all, man. It got me right in the fucking feels. I got it all. I love this so much. You, boss man, I don't give a fuck how much you hate it. Hate it as much as you want. I fucking loved it. I loved all of it. I loved every minute. I loved that this was Mantis's movie as well. I loved it all. I loved it. Between here, it felt so Christmassy and it felt so right. It got me ready for Christmas. It really did. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna fucking break a tear. I really am. This is amazing.
You just get laid or something before watching.
I can't believe how much I'm enjoying this. This is brilliant. Everything, all the little moments, Bucky's arm, all just fantastic. Everything was great. Yes, it's good. You know what I mean? Yeah, It was that amazing. I loved it all. This, in my opinion, is up there. This Spider-Man, No Way Home, Wakanda Forever, and now this. This is the third best thing in Phase fucking 4. It's that fucking. I don't give a fuck. You looking at me like this. I love every minute of this. This was fan. I had a great time.
Well, we're
watching
no
this.
longer
I
friends.
loved it. I loved all of it. I loved.
I was just gonna say, man, Sam exploded like it was at the end of No Nut November. Like,
Yeah. It's like I can't wait for Donut November.
Yeah.
I can't hold it together.
I love. Oh, it was so. I felt so good watching. The feel good factor was flowing right through me. All of it. Mantis and Quill being brother and sister. That was a lovely moment of family. I mean, the Zondas in the animation kind of reminded me of the yesteryear animation as well. Of like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. I loved looking at that. Good nostalgia. It was funny at parts as well. Like some of the jokes, like beating up the Autobot and all of that. Hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that part I liked.
That
Getting
part
the giggles, I actually liked.
Laughing over being shot, and stuff like that. There's this is a lot better than people give it credit for. It's really well done, and it's short, sweet, delivered, like Christmas pudding. You have a nice sample of it, and it's done, and you feel satisfied. I'm very happy with this. What a great way to end Phase 4. Good job. Good. 2 thumbs up. I can't wait to mark it. I really can't.
Okay, then. I think you liked it. What do you reckon, Gio?
Oh,
he's not listening. Fuck him then.
I'm sorry. What?
Drax, I enjoyed in this. This was his setting, but it was just Mantis's deliveries that just really fucking just kept taking me out of it. I was just like, why are you delivering your lines so stiff? It's just weird. But hey, fair enough. I'm in the minority. I don't mind.
Look, one more scene as well that killed me. Like when Kevin Bacon gets taken out the trance, and then Rocket goes, "Don't worry about it. Nobody's here to hurt you." And he goes, "Oh my god, a talking raccoon!" And he jumps and goes, "I'm gonna kill you," and stuff like that.
Well, no, it's funny. It's funny because he says, "Look, we're not gonna hurt you," and then the first thing he tries to do is, "I'm gonna kill you." Oh god.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. I have to refocus the irony. Now. That was
fantastic.
I gotta clip that shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just
I couldn't even focus.
Like white spurts everywhere. So so the premise is it's around Christmas. Somehow everyone knows about it, even though Yondu kind of made him not talk about it. And somehow they remember, and so they go on this quest to get their greatest hero in the world, that is Kevin Bacon, which is kind of hard to dispute that. I mean, he is awesome. And bring him in, and then a whole bunch of Earth shenanigans happens, and I lost the will to live, so there's no point in me talking about it. Zam, why don't you go into more details if you remember much other than exploding with joy?
Yeah, I mean, like as I said earlier, I knew where the premises were going to be. This is not going to take itself too seriously. This was just a moment of fun, and just go along for the ride. And it was a Mantis and Drax show to a degree. They go to Earth, just the little things like not.
It was definitely a Mantis and Drax show. Yeah.
Not putting the spaceship on Cloak was funny. I mean, with everyone going, "What the fuck's that in the sky?" and stuff like that. And then them walking around, and because they're on like Hollywood Boulevard or whatever it is, they see, she goes, "Steve," and like runs and jumps this guy, and this guy shits himself, and they start making money and stuff like that. It's just so fucking funny and so clever at the same time. And then they go to the bar and they get drunk and everything, and they got so much money, just put it on the table, and then they get
gay
more
bar
money
as well. They went to a gay bar.
Oh,
yeah.
But the way Mantis was able to really seeing Mantis's powers properly, I don't think we see Mantis's powers used as well as we have seen in this little short. I mean, she was doing all types of shit with her fucking powers in this, and it was really good to see. I loved it. Her like manipulating these maps to the stars' homes and stuff like that. Genius. Give me your map.
Give me your money.
Give me your money.
Those were good little bits. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the way they they got no decorum, so to speak. Because they're not from Earth. They don't know how to operate on this planet, and like just jumping the fence and stuff like that. The way Drax does his sing as well, like like just throwing Mantis over the wall, it's, and just being not very self-aware. It's just great.
I do have a question though, because Mantis was jumping from lawn to lawn later
exactly.
on, and I'm like, there are practical things in this that we'll get to maybe that I'm just like, wait a minute, like Mantis was originally like not able to jump over the wall. Now I get it, maybe that she could have jumped, but then Drax did not give her a second to say, well, maybe if we jump over, but I don't know. As I said, there was a practical thing there that I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
but I agree with Sam. With a lot of the fun things, like like Drax. I cracked up when Drax was laughing while he was getting shot with bullets. I'm just like,
stop tickling me. I'm gonna pee.
I'm like, all right, yeah. No, I no. Those are the kind of the moments that really stuck out to me. The big moment that stuck out to me, I don't know, was what Zam is talking about, the feels, like the big reveal on Nowhere, which I kind of want to know more about what they're doing on Nowhere. Like they're rebuilding Nowhere, because the last time we saw Nowhere, it was destroyed by Thanos, right? I think that was the last time we saw it. So it's fun. It's fun that they're kind of like showing them building a whole new, I don't know if it's a Ravager community or if it's just a community in general, but I honestly, I want to see more of this. I actually think that's fun. But like the big reveal of all
heroes. They're finally being heroes, which is good,
And they're actually like helping, and I love it. I love the fact that they're doing stuff like that, and Nowhere's kind of instead of turning into this place of vile villainy or scum and villainy or whatever Star Wars Mos Eisley is. It's now like an actual like community where it's like, hey, we are trying to make a difference here for everybody who is down on their luck. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, that's my big moment, was like that big light reveal and everything like that. And I get it. It was obnoxious and it was a bit cringe, but
not for me.
That's what Christmas is about.
When you give it with James Gunn's comedy, oh my God, I don't know why it just rubs me the fucking wrong way. It really does. And this guy's in charge of DC.
Jesus, we got a Batman reference. It wasn't that great,
Yeah, we got a Batman reference in there.
So and I thought I'm not sure. I know you said you didn't like the music. I actually liked the music. I thought the first song was quite catchy. Had a look. I mean, I don't know what Christmas time is, but Christmas time is here or some shit like that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I like the interactions. I like the fact. I thought there was a real element of a Christmas spirit, like you get in some films that that was in this, like they're doing something for somebody they love. That's what some of the things that sort of epitomizes Christmas in the first place. That those elements, and then with the jokes as well, and all that, not taking itself too seriously, which is what you need for something like this, especially for 45 minutes short. Even like some of the most toughest characters showed elements of kindness, like Nebula. All of that. It was beautiful. It really was. It was so much better than I ever thought it was going to be. I mean, I really expected this to be shit. I thought I was going to be in your side of the fence, Ginger. I was going to hate all this shit all over it. Fucking despise every element of this, like the Star Wars Holiday Christmas special, which is absolutely shit. You know what I mean? But no, this like they learned their lesson as far as I was concerned, and they did it right. They really, let's just seeing Peter's face like a little boy walking around, seeing all those lights, seeing all this stuff done for him. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. It really was. I want to shed a tear. It was so lovely. It shouldn't be this good. It's fantastic. Yes.
Well, I don't want to show you parades. I want Zam to lead the way here because he enjoyed it, and I don't want to be Mr. Negativity.
Sorry, I'll continue then. Like they broke into Kevin Bacon's house. They're so desperate to get. They just don't understand.
Boundaries.
The boundaries. Peter called Light Bacon, but they thought that we'll just kidnap him and stuff like that. And then later on, when after they've even brainwashed him and everything, they find out that he's an actor, and other things as well, like the way like Mantis threw the blame onto to Drax when Peter found out that they kidnapped him, and Drax just took it smiling, ha ha ha, but Batista has really nailed Drax now. I mean, more than ever when I was watching this particular this snippet of him in this, he's got this to a T. This really is who one of the characters outside of wrestling that will define him for the rest of his life. You know,
Oh,
he's-
100%. Yeah.
you know, he's done it so well. You know, like the way he plays it. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, and also piggybacking off of that, going into Mantis, I honestly feel like I know there was a deleted scene, I think, where that Mantis tells Peter that they're siblings or whatever. I honestly felt like this was a much better payoff than just a deleted scene from Guardians 2, or whatever scene it was in. It does feel like it was a long time because technically the Guardians in this iteration have been together since 2014. Because Guardians 2 took place only 3 months after Guardians 1. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so it's been years at this point. I know they were gone for 5 years, but still, it does seem like it was a bit of a long stretch for her to keep that secret. But God damn it, that payoff at the end where Peter's like, wait a minute, if you're a child of Ego 2, then that means we're brother and sister. And Dam's right. That was another moment that I'm like, oh, I love it. I love it.
And we found out why. Because Ego killed his mom, and he didn't want to obviously be reminded of that. She was worried that by seeing her, he would be reminded of that. And eventually, she thought she should come out with it. And he was really happy to know that he's got a sister. You know what I mean? He's not an only child anymore. His family is more than just him and his family now. I loved it. You know what I mean? If we just had Gamora at the end, it would be the icing on the cake, maybe, but still.
I kind of want them to save that for the beginning. I want that to be kind of like our lead into Guardians 3, is them finding Gamora. Although I think somebody said somewhere that she's supposed to be a Ravager in the trailer that was shown at Comic-Con. I don't know. I kind of was hoping that Guardians 3 would lead off with Gamora, them finding Gamora, and then going into the whole Adam Warlock stuff, which we'll see. I mean, as I said,
knowing James Gunn, Adam Warlock would just be like a throwaway thing. He'll be in it like a chunk, but it won't be to anyone's satisfaction, probably.
No, probably not.
Which is frustrating. Him and High Evolutionary will probably get wasted.
Oh God, I keep forgetting High Evolutionaries in there. That scares me.
Yeah.
That fucking thing. Have you seen that costume? As I said, maybe it'll look different after post production. But when the High Evolutionary showed up at Comic-Con, I was like, oh shit, it's like Transformer Barney.
Yeah,
I just want to quick. I'm very happy he mentioned this. This is John, by the way, John Connor. Kevin Bacon doing some real acting and not these terrible phone ads. He's ripped off, so he needs the money. But what you reminded me of, John, is that we have had Fox characters in the MCU now. We've had Ralph Boner, obviously, which was a cool, but he wasn't necessarily Peter, but from Peter's version of Quicksilver in Fox. But we still kind of had him. We will eventually will have maybe Hugh Jackman's Wolverine at some point, and we've already had Patrick Stewart's fucking Xavier. But Kevin Bacon was the Nazi in First Class. Remember that?
It was what was it?
Not Sebastian Shaw. Yeah,
Sebastian
Shaw.
So he kind of this is he's kind of now this is a bit blurry now.
They're actually saying Kevin Bacon. It would have been funny if they would have mentioned the fact that he played a mutant in a movie.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I would have been I played this one mutant in this movie where I was a Nazi, or it would have been a mention to the Fox movies, but I don't know. But
then at the same time, where'd you slot it in? Because they're not aware of them in this universe yet. So it might have just been like and
James Gunn
an even more eye-rolling shoehorn than other stuff. So,
if I can jump in for 1 second, I do want to talk about the practicality. And I know, Zam, you said you love this, but I do want to expand on this very important tidbit that actually I think is going to become a very major problem, if not rectified in the future with the MCU. Rocket got Bucky's arm, so that fucking means that Bucky's got no arm in Thunderbolts, or is he just getting another one from?
Vibranium is like fucking toilet paper or whatever in Wakanda. They got loads of it. You know what I mean?
He never takes that. Did he what does he take that arm off every night he goes to sleep and Nebula just stole it? I thought it would have been funny if they I don't know. I can't say he found his old arm because it was destroyed in Civil War, but I thought it would have been funny if he would have, I don't know.
That's a vibranium arm.
I'm guessing it doesn't get brought up. If anyone else in the MCU had a brain, they'll just completely fucking ignore this holiday special and just move on with it.
Oh, poor Ginger. He's in the minority here.
Well,
Well,
It's fine.
no,
It's a holiday special. You can do what you like with it. I'm just talking about the arm thing, you know.
he looked like Bossman is frantically typing away here, going, "You fuckers, you gotta hate it. You gotta hate it. I hate it. You have to hate it." He looked.
he's got that. He's got the Kermit meme going. With the keyboard.
He looked like the lawnmower man, Cheeto. Who are you talking about?
I don't. Maybe Kevin Bacon, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was. I honestly would have left that scene out. I get it that it's like, oh, it's what Rocket wants. You know, like the arm of Bucky. It was a good callback to Infinity War, but at the same time, it's like, unless they pay that off, like unless we see a scene of like Bucky not having his arm and being really pissed off, that'd have been a great post-credit scene. Maybe like have Sebastian Stan like being like, "Where's my arm?" You know, like or something. You know, something stupid. I don't know.
Fuck off.
You know what?
But the only thing I would have issue with is that maybe it would be nice to maybe get a little bit more Rocket in this, a bit more Groot in this. You know, they felt
What
a
was
little
up
bit
with
on the
Groot,
waist.
man? He was swole. Like
Yeah.
we saw
He
him.
looked like a brick shithouse.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like we saw him in Thor, and he kind of looked like what teenage Groot kind of still. Like he wasn't, but now he's like a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger Groot. Like
He's like early 20s Groot now, isn't he?
He's been on
Yeah, I mean-
Instagram. He's just got the fever to go out bodybuild.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on with Groot?
He's eating a lot of manure. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
yeah,
Just like
get that
Ginger, what
protein.
doing this review?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it would be nice to see a little bit more of him. You know, Rocket is always you always want to, even Nebula as well. Like she was hardly in it and stuff like that. I know some of these actors probably had a lot of stuff. Even Peter Quill was hardly in this. But
But I
yeah.
do like the fact that they gave a lot of shine to Mantis, and I know that
Yeah,
Ginger says
I
he didn't
agree.
like a lot of her lines and stuff. Mantis was always a character that I felt was very underutilized, even in my opinion, even in Guardians 2. So I'm glad she was kind of in the forefront, and her and Drax are, in my opinion, always a good combo. So I mean, you know, I always like
And we
those
saw-
two.
And we saw her kick ass in this as well. Like I never really seen her kick ass before. And then she, like the way she took care of those cops, you know what I mean, was beautiful. So she can
The
handle
only-
herself.
The only time we ever saw her really fight was in Endgame when she's like and she was only in the background. Like I think it was when Bucky and Rocket or Bucky and Cap were fighting, you know, Thanos's minions, and like she was in the background, like putting one of those big MFers to sleep. She's like on its back and like has her hand on it and just kind of puts it to sleep. But it's like you're right. We've never seen her kick ass, and honestly, I'm glad we saw it. Like against piddly little humans. She can head scissor me. It's okay. I'll allow it.
Mhm. Well, I mean, yeah, the actress that plays her definitely can head scissor me any time of the week.
I don't care if
what
she's
was
in the
it?
Mantis
Palm-
garb. I'll take that too.
I'll take it. but-
Clement something. What's her name? Palm something.
Palm. What is her last name?
Who are you talking about?
The Mantis
Mantis.
actress.
Oh, I can't remember. I'd say the reason probably like Groot and Rocket weren't in it that much is probably because of budget. Like it's
Oh,
a lot cheaper to like even Drax. Drax was not painted here. He was wearing a bodysuit. It was a bodysuit. There was sometimes you could see some of the creases and just the way it was flexing, you could tell he was wearing a bodysuit. Which fair enough. I'm not going to criticize that. You know, it took him like 7 hours or something stupid to put his makeup on every time he played Drax. So
Yeah, I don't mind the fact when they do those little shortcuts because it's like I get it in like a big blockbuster movie when you're like paying millions of dollars, you know, like okay, paint them up. But it's like for this, I'm like,
Yeah.
like
exactly. But even with oh god, Jennifer Lawrence, when she did Mystique, like in the end, it wasn't painted on. It was a whole bodysuit she was wearing because it was just taking too long to paint it on, like they did with the what was the name of that? The Dutch actress that played Mystique in the original X-Men films. Oh, God.
yeah. Why am I losing?
Remain.
Rebecca
Remain.
Yeah.
That's it.
Number one,
She's Dutch.
Una
I had no
from Star
idea.
Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we
another
also
one
got
she
the
can head
dog.
scissor me.
The dog. With the Russian accent. I
Cosmo.
love that. Yeah. Cosmo.
Oh, I love
that
Cosmo.
dog.
I
Oh,
love
come on, Cosmo was
Cosmo.
awesome. You
Yeah.
know, like and the actress who plays her is that Bulgarian actress from the Borat. Borat.
No,
What the hell?
they changed the sex of the dog. It ruined everything for me. I can't concentrate at all.
Borat. Sorry.
It
The Borat
took me
sequel.
Yeah,
it
she
took
was
me
in
a
Borat.
moment to
Great
yeah,
actress.
it took me a moment to adjust, but I mean, I don't know. It didn't
I
bother
like
me
it.
all
It's a
that
Russian-
much.
it's a
I'm
Russian
not. Yeah,
dog.
listen, I'm not fussed about what they do with Cosmo. He's not somebody like I care about. If they change
Oh,
it for a
Cosmo used to
female
be a boy,
actress,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, in the comic books, he's a boy.
Oh
but
man! And
who
now
cares?
the once the neckbeards find out, trust me, mate.
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
be
they're gonna
all-
lose their
they'll be-
shit.
they'll be
They're gonna
all
be like,
over
how
fucking
dare you
Twitch.
change this dog's sex in this Guardians
They'll be all over
fictional
Twitter,
character?
telling them to cancel something, telling Elon
Which-
Musk to cancel somebody's account.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they did that. And the other reason I say that is because knowing James Gunn, if they would have kept him a boy, he probably would have had some fucking dry humping jokes in there or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Not
think we need
not
that.
on a Christmas special, dude.
See,
I wouldn't put it past Mr.
No, like
Edgelord.
James Gunn knew what he was doing in this. Like, you know, he kept the tone just right, as far as I was concerned. You know, no
I'm
crude,
guessing
no
Disney
crude
kept
jokes.
his tone just right.
Yeah, well, you know, the balance was right then, you know. But you know, so even like, you know, there was a little bit of swearing regarding like no actors being, you know, like dickheads or whatever, pieces of shit. You know, some of the crude jokes like tossing cup cards over and beating the shit out of cosplay actors on the street. You know, I mean, there was some nice, you know, elevated moments there, but they still kept it Christmassy. It was perfect balance. I loved it.
I think they went a little hard on the whole actors are pieces of shit thing. It's like, but they were like really, really like hammering that home. So I knew there was going to have to be some kind of payoff. But like, you know, the conversation between Kraglin and Kevin Bacon at the end, you know, that also was really good for me. I'm like, you know, like after all the spectacle, after all, you know, you got a talking raccoon, you've got a talking dog, you've got a tree that talks. You know, Kraglin looks human. Obviously, he's not, but he looks human, and he takes them, and they're just kind of talking. And Kevin Bacon's like, "Ah, shit, I overreacted, didn't I?" And it's like, I don't blame him. I mean, I'd probably overreact too at that point. But it's just like, you know, and it's just like, and yeah, like I really.
And his wife is bringing him.
Yeah, that's another legality part that I was like, okay, wait a minute. He's like, oh yeah,
But
there's a satellite out there that can get 400,000 light years. I'm like, okay, I call bullshit. That's another one that I'm like,
yeah, but it's all right. Like they explained it in the most stupidest way possible, but at least there was an explanation for it. All right, fine, I'll take it for what it is, you know. And he's able to like say to his wife that I'm going to be a little bit late because in the spirit of Christmas, he's just being a good person and
no. But
singing
here's
the
how
song.
you here's how you explain that away though, because obviously they have superior tech. So all they had to do is have Kraglin go, well, wait a minute, I can patch into Earth's cell phone service. Here, what's the number? You know, like he could have just called her.
No, but his wife rang him. No, but the wife rang him.
I know, but he could have said something like, oh, but I got to get back for Christmas. You know, he's like, you know, oh, I don't know how I'm going to let them know that I won't be there or something like that. And then Kraglin could have just been like, oh, well, I can patch into the Earth's cell phone services. I mean, we got a satellite out there that.
No, I think that would have come across corny. I like the fact that, what the fuck? His wife is able to ring him. Like that just came out of nowhere, and then it was explained. You know, I like that a lot. I like that a lot better.
That's okay. If you're willing to forgive it, that's fine. I'm saying
not forgiving it. I actually like it.
Okay,
nothing to forgive.
Thick twat. Yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be visited by 3 ghosts this year, mate, for sure.
Bang them all.
Yeah. So
according to his Facebook page, he's already been visited by 1.
Oh my god! Talking of just slightly off topic, talk about 3 ghosts. The film Spirited. Oh, if you want, Sam, you'll like that. If you like Christmas crap, you'll like Spirited. With
I don't usually like
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't usually like Christmas crap, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
you'll like it. It's all over the place. It's like ADHD for fucking Christmas children. You know what I mean? But give it a watch. I guarantee you'll like it. If you like this, you'll like that.
This is my favorite Christmas thing since Scrooged, which I loved. I love Scrooged. You know, with Bill Murray.
Yeah, I didn't like that film either.
No, I mean it was very formulaic. It was a Christmas Carol, but yeah.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna name Ginger for the entire month of December the Christmas twat. There we go. Or the
Fair
Christmas
enough.
cunt. There we go. The Christmas cunt.
Christmas cunt. Santa cunt. I got the bitch.
No, we already got Santa Claus. We need the Christmas.
Oh, okay. All right.
Coming
Yeah.
coming soon, by the way. Santa Claus
Coming
is.
down your chimney with a huge turd.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, be reefers, but those days are gone.
Yeah.
So should we mark it, boys?
Yeah. Sam, I might as well go to you. You're gonna give it a 10, aren't you? So...
Hell fucking yeah, I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10, but I loved it from start to fucking finish. It was great all the way. Not hardly anything, if anything, made me think to myself, oh, that's stupid, or I don't like that. You know what I mean? You know, this film, far, surpassed my expectations for what I expected from a Hello There, Mr. Systems 96. This short film far surpassed what I expected from this. I expected to hate every minute of it. I wasn't supposed to like this. I told myself I wasn't going to like this, and I ended up fucking, not only loving it, embracing it, I'm getting emotional from it, wanting to cry, watching it, loving all the characters. This is the best guy. This is like the best Guardian stuff in a long time, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a piece of fucking shit. The first one was great, and it was good to see like the elements of the Guardians of the Galaxy in Infinity Wars, mainly because they were hardly in Endgame, was also good too. But like this being the next sort of like solo Guardians project, this is probably the best one in a while. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. This gets a fat fucking 10 fucking bloated fingers, you
Okay.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
All
10.
right. Well, let it be known here at Nerd Nation, we cater to everyone, even those with special needs. Cheeto, what is your mark?
Cheeto discriminating.
Except, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm gonna bump it up a number just because Zam made, all watching that Christmas jizz come out of Zam, kind of brought it back. I'm gonna give it an 8. I mean, besides the practical things, I really did enjoy a lot of the feel good moments of this. I did think some of the music was a bit cringe, like in the beat, like as I said, but the practical things got to me. We have these Earth instruments, we have, the cell phone and all that other stuff. Mantis being able to jump, but then not being able to jump earlier. Fine, that's my critiques of it, but still, I'm giving it an 8 because there were some really high highs in this. Mantis and Peter at the end, just kind of lamenting on being siblings and stuff like that, and just being very happy. The way that they were building, the square, the way they did all the lights and stuff like that, and also just I forgot to mention this earlier, but I loved like Peter's, like he's like, oh, this is so awesome, and as it, like watching him kind of sink into this sort of dread as they roll the box out and it starts to talk. Like watching Peter's face as he's walking towards it, it's like he's like, just that dread. Like, what did they do? I just loved it. I love it. So I'm giving it an 8. I was gonna give it a 7, but you know what? Zam's Christmas jizz got me all up to an 8. So
oh my god, that's a
also
magical jizz.
Also the Yondo bits as well, like just remembering him again, and like how he wasn't that much of an arsehole, even came across as a bit of a Grinch earlier. Then he looked at the present, loved it, gave his son a couple of guns, because what American alien wouldn't do that for their child? You know what I mean? So so yeah,
what American alien wouldn't?
Yeah, so fantastic. You know what I mean? Fantastic. I loved it.
No, I'm only giving it a 2, and all those points go to Drax. But I think my point is mute here.
Ginger,
all right,
Ginger, we love your cynical attitude. It's okay.
My cynicism is what makes this fucking channel. You know what I mean? All right, I think that's it then. Yeah, so yeah, 2 out of 10. I just didn't enjoy it, but I'm not gonna take it away from everyone else's enjoyment, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And I think we'll end the video there. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to Cheeto and Zam for showing me that I have no respect for them anymore. And
you never did.
No.
I would say, what changed?
Whatever. No, just kidding. Of course, different opinions always welcome here. And bye.